Welcome to Morning Glory Farmstead. My name is Lolly, and this channel is all about gardening, animals, and nature. Aspen has just situated himself between 3 dogs to get nice and comfortable. You can see here that I've got some things that are starting to flower, and then they're going to go to seed. But I'll tell you, I don't mind it at all, because this time of the year it is absolutely beautiful to look outside and see these gorgeous yellow flowers. What are you doing, Oliver? He waited until I was done getting some collards off of this green stalk, and then as soon as I left, he jumped in there, and then I saw him through the kitchen window chewing on some of those greens, and so I came back out, and of course he gets down immediately because he knows better. I've taken off a lot of the really large leaves, but it is still beautiful. I think I have figured out that these collards are actually my favorite to throw in the pan and just cook up quickly with the chicken for like 1 or 2 minutes at the most. I like the texture. They stay a little bit firmer and they've got a great taste. My other favorite is the giant noble spinach, because I hadn't, all right, Rubos, I hadn't grown it before this past year, and I really love it. I've grown some other varieties of spinach. This is my favorite. It does really well when I'm cooking it with the collards. Absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to grow as much of this and the collards as I can from now on. This garden haul is a combination of things that I've ordered online, as well as things that my sweet dad went and picked up for me. If y'all have watched my other videos, you may have seen that I try to eat all organic. I feed my chickens all organic feed, and I try to get as much organic as I can. But sometimes it's not possible with every single product that I buy, so I just do the best that I can. So the supplies that I bought this year are a little bit different than what I bought last year, because this year I'm going to be using the same potting mix that I used last year for my GreenStalks and my grow bags, but I'm also going to be creating my own potting mix. And so I've got a few different ingredients out here. So come on, let me show you what I got. The first thing I want to show y'all is this Scott's topsoil. Now this is the best I could do. I just wanted something for the base of my potting mix. It was the closest thing I could find to just plain topsoil. Sometimes you just got to go with whatever you've got and hope it works out. I've gotten 6 bags of that, and I'm hoping that's going to be enough, because I'm going to be adding some peat moss to it, but we'll see. So that's the base. And now here's the premier peat moss that I'm going to be using. Now this is a pretty big package, but it's actually going to be even more than what it looks like, because it's packed so tight. And y'all know organic is important to me, and you can see right here, even though I said we don't always know 100% if things are organic, it does have the OMRI listed, so it's passed the review. So that's about as good as I can do. Just have to trust it. So I've got 2 of those, and they're huge. And I'm going to be mixing that in with the topsoil. Now I also need compost. Now let me show you what I got. All right, so this is what I got from GreenStalk. This is organic compost. And these are 5-pound bags, and honestly, they look really small. I probably won't get these again just because they're so tiny, but I'll definitely use them up. I may put a tiny bit in the GreenStalks, and I'll probably put a little bit of this in my grow bags as well. But I'm definitely going to be buying some additional compost to add to my grow bags and to the mix that I'm making with that topsoil and the peat moss. Let me just let you look at this right here. It says you can add 3 to 4 cups per leaf tier and 5 to 6 cups per original tier. So if you look at how big that bag is, and you're adding 5 to 6 cups per original tier, that compost is going to go pretty quick. Okay, so I just wanted y'all to see the size of those bags. Now the next thing that I'm going to be using in all of my grow bags and my green stalks are the worm castings, and I love these. Okay, I'm going to link these on Amazon. Anything that I'm using today that can be linked on Amazon, I will. I took this one out of the bag because there's a couple of things that I want to point out. So this is organic, and I did a video previously on the NPK, but you can see here the NPK is 100. And so what that means is it's going to have nitrogen, but it's not going to have phosphorus or potassium. So this is going to be one of those NPKs that's considered incomplete just because it's missing some of those elements. So this, again, is just a source of nitrogen. The other thing I want to point out is down here at the bottom, it says it won't burn your plants. And that's critical because some nitrogen sources, such as fresh manure, can actually burn your plants. So if I went and took my chicken manure and just threw it on my plants, it could actually burn it because it has to age and go through a process. But these worm castings won't burn your greens or your plants. You're not going to kill them from adding too much. You can throw it right in there, and even if it touches some of the greens, it's not going to burn them. All right, so this is the Carolina Gold organic potting mix that I always use in my green stalks. I'm also going to be using it in some of my grow bags. This season is going to be all about experimenting again for me, only this time even more so with the variety of all of the different ingredients. And again here you can see it's 100% OMRI listed, so it's past the review for the organic ingredients. Just doing the best I can. All right, the next thing I have here is organic perlite. This is what looks like those little white foam balls inside of potting mix to help with soil structure and things like that and drainage. I'm not really sure I need it, but I've got it in case I do. And if y'all haven't seen my video on perlite, vermiculite, and cocoa coir, go ahead and check that out. All right, this is Stay Green Vermiculite. It's the same brand as the perlite. I don't know that I need this, but I got it because it does help with soil aeration and drainage and also water retention, which is really good for those grow bags and green stalks. And I've also grabbed a few extra things just in case I feel like I need them. So with these extras, I'm not going to be willy-nilly just throwing them into everything that I have. You want to pay attention to what you're actually growing, and do they need nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, or other elements? But if I have something that needs more phosphorus, this is great because this is bone meal, and you can see it's 217.0 for the NPK. So a little bit of nitrogen, a lot of phosphorus, but no potassium. So I'm going to hang on to that in case I find out that there's something I'm growing that could use a dose of some bone meal. Same thing with a garden lime. I may not need it, but just in case. The last one I got are 2 bags of Dr. Earth's Pure Gold Organic and Natural All-Purpose Fertilizer. And you can see it's 222 for the NPK, so it's just well-rounded with the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and potassium. Y'all, I cannot wait to start getting my hands dirty and starting this new spring garden with all these fresh varieties. I've been growing greens through the entire fall and winter season, but I'm ready to start some new things. My plan is going to be a little bit different this spring, and so I'm going to talk about that in another video. I'm going to be moving everything off of the catio. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today for this garden haul. I hope you guys are in the process of planning and getting ready for your spring garden. I'll see you real soon in the next video, and until then, y'all have a great couple of days. Bye-bye.